Hello and welcome to Last Option. This is Nagarjun series, and in today's question we are going to discuss about satellite deployment into an orbit in terms of mathematics and physics only. Like I must know what is the time taken by my satellite to reach to the point or the final destination point so that I can ensure that planet is present to the point and it get attracted to the gravitational pull of the planet and it does not get slingshot, otherwise I would lose the communication with my satellite. Okay, so means basically today's question would be about that how much time satellite would take to reach to a point, and that would be interesting. So first, before discuss about this James Webb Space Telescope (JWST) in short, which is developed by three major space agencies of the Earth, NASA, Canadian Space Agency, and European Space Agency, recently launched and is fully deployed. Means it was unfolded. That is in it. It is unfolded, and this sunshield has been deployed and now its instrumentation testing is going on, so hope so everything will be fine and it will reach to it will reach to its destination point, which is Lagrange's 2 point, this L2. Okay, which is about 1.5 million kilometers from the earth, because we do not want say means infrared coming from the sun to distort the image or to distort the signal which we are supposed to get from the deep universe, so that we can get the first image of the universe. Because of the red shift, all the information that happened at the big bang has been shifted to red, had been shifted towards red, or it's far the red, so that we can ensure by getting the infrared signal we can get the image of the universe, means early universe, and get the data about how the first universe would be looking. It's also deployed to get the information about the planets like that are having life over it. Okay, so this is all about James Webb Space Telescope. Hope so everything will be fine. Now let's come to the question of like this, the orbit of the James Webb Space Telescope would be in such a manner, means it would not orbit around the earth in direct way, but indirect way it would be doing, because we want it to be as far as possible from the sun. Okay, and even from earth also, because earth also radiates infrared. Okay, so let me pose my question to you. My question is simple. Okay, so suppose I am having a earth or any kind of planet around which we need to deploy a satellite to a point, and let's suppose we are having a smaller planet over which, let it be M, means it's analogous to moon but not exactly the moon, and we need to deploy our satellite to the orbit at any point in such a way that that satellite come in contact with the gravitational pull of this analogous planet moon. Okay, so for launching I won't put my satellite directly to moon in this way, because as there would be a time lag in between the points, so I must short it in some parabolic way so that I can ensure that my satellite is going in the right way and getting captured by this moon. Okay, and this planet is also rotating over its axis with an angular velocity of omega. Okay, so I have to launch my satellite from a point and its destination point is orbit, and especially closer to this planet. Okay, so let's this mass be capital M, its mass be small m, and I have a range over which I can put my thruster on of a satellite which is carrying, of a rocket which is carrying the satellite. Okay, its mass need not to be mentioned, or if you want to take you can take as per your convenience. So suppose from the earth only up to a distance of small r I can put my thruster on, after which I won't be having any effect on the thruster and it will be just left off for its a means non-destructive force, or I would say means I wouldn't be able to apply any kind of force to it. So the data here available is for earth or planet analogous to earth, it would be its mass is m, its radius is r. For planet m, analogous to moon, its mass is m, or its radius is r dash, or anything which you like to take, I won't mind, but for sure it won't be required. And one more information here is it's rotating with angular velocity of omega. Okay, and only up to a distance of r I am able to put my thruster into on position. Okay, so if the velocity offered by this rocket is directly proportional to the rate of change of velocity at the time, means it's something like first order reaction, means means the next values depend on the previous value, that how it's changing, and on that basis I will get the next one. So this is the information given for the rocket, means rocket is carrying in this way, and after reaching the point r, it won't have it won't be having any type of effect, because my thruster won't be on. Okay, so one more information I must give is distance of this orbit from the center of the r of the earth, analogous to earth, that is r dash. Okay, so one more information is added here, r dash. So this is the total information which I must give to you, and if at all additional information is required, you are free to use it by just mentioning its function, that how you're taking that thing. Okay, so this was the question from my side. I need to launch a satellite to a point or to the orbit L2 nearer to the planet M in such a way that it reaches there. So basically you need to find how much time would I need to take to put my satellite to this orbit, and also if possible let's its initial distance be L at the time of launch, and when it reaches it has covered the angular radian of L, or the angular radian distance as L. So you can find this also, basically just an additional input. Okay, so this is all from my side. So hope the question is clear. You can also refer to the description box for the more information. So thank you and happy learning.